The colony courtyard was buzzing with excitement. Diwali was finally here. Bright diyas flickered everywhere, casting a warm glow. Orange marigold garlands hung on doors, adding a touch of tradition and festivity to every home. The sweet smells of jalebis filled the air, making everyone's mouth water. Aunties shouted greetings, while uncles laughed heartily, sharing stories and jokes. Kids ran wild with sparklers, their faces lit up with joy. Music blared from loudspeakers, adding to the festive chaos. It was pure festive madness. Meet Rohan. Rohan was 16 and had a passion for DIY projects. He called himself an innovator, always tinkering with new ideas and projects. His mom, however, called him a walking disaster, often frustrated by his messy experiments. Rohan saw everyone making rangolis. They were beautiful and traditional, but to him, they seemed a bit boring. He wanted something more, something modern, something epic. He had an idea, a glowing rangoli. Yes, and not just glowing, it would be something truly spectacular. It would also launch tiny fireworks. How cool is that, he thought. He imagined himself being the star of Diwali, the center of attention. So Rohan gathered his secret supplies, ready to bring his vision to life. Colorful rangoli powders, LED strips, wires, a small battery, and enhanced sparklers were all part of his plan. He felt like a secret agent on a mission, determined to create something unforgettable. Rohan found his spot. It was a perfect little corner, bathed in sunlight and surrounded by the vibrant energy of the courtyard. Right in the middle of the courtyard, where everyone could see his creation. A bit too close to Mrs. Sharma's prize marigolds, which stood proudly at the edge of the courtyard. She loved those flowers more than her own son. But Rohan was determined. He started his masterpiece, a peacock. A very grand peacock design, with intricate details that showcased his artistic flair. He hummed a cool Bollywood song, feeling the rhythm guide his hands. He felt like an artist, a very modern artist, blending tradition with innovation. He carefully laid down the colored powders, each hue adding life to his creation. Blue, green, gold. Each color had its own story to tell. Then came the tech part. This was where Rohan's creativity truly shone. He threaded wires under the colors, ensuring they were hidden but effective. He placed the LED strips along the peacock's feathers, envisioning a dazzling display. He imagined them lighting up. It would be glorious. He felt very smart, like a tech-savvy artist, like Einstein, but with more style and a flair for the dramatic. He was sure this would work perfectly. Next, the glitter. Rohan loved glitter. It was the final touch. He believed more glitter meant more happiness. It was like adding a sprinkle of joy. He opened a big packet, ready to add the final sparkle. But then, achoo, a giant sneeze. Glitter exploded everywhere, covering the courtyard, a pink and gold cloud. It was a mess, but a beautiful one. The big moment arrived. Rohan stepped back. He held his special remote, made from an old TV remote. He aimed it at the peacock. He pressed the on button. He waited for applause, for gasps of wonder, for cheers. He was ready for his fame. But there were no cheers, only a loud fizz. Then a bang. The rangoli didn't just glow, it sputtered. Small orange flames like angry cartoon fire shot up from the peacock's beautiful tail. The LEDs flickered like crazy, a wild disco beat. The glitter, now superheated, erupted. A volcanic shower of sparkles. One sparkler went rogue. It shot off like a tiny missile. Zoom! Straight towards Mr. Gupta's table. Ladus flew everywhere. One landed on Dancing Uncle's shiny bald head. Chaos! Total utter Diwali chaos. The courtyard was a mess. A beautiful, sparkly, smoky mess. Glitter coated everything. Faces, hair, even the samosas on a nearby plate. The air smelled funny. Burnt sugar, burnt plastic, burnt peacock. People stared. Some were laughing hysterically. Some were horrified. Most were just confused. Mrs. Sharma was flapping her singed sari. Mr. Gupta was on his knees, trying to save his precious ladus. Dancing Uncle stood like a statue, the ladu still on his head. The sparkly dog barked at the smoking rangoli. Rohan wanted to disappear. This was a disaster. His epic plan was an epic fail. He was not the Diwali king. He was the Diwali klutz. Someone was filming. The video was already on the colony WhatsApp group. Rohan's phone started buzzing. Just then, Dadi arrived, Rohan's grandmother. She was the heart and soul of every family gathering, especially during Diwali. Dadi was cool, super cool. She had a unique style that blended tradition with a modern twist. She wore sneakers with her sari, a perfect fusion of comfort and tradition. She had seen many Diwalis, many Rohans. Each festival brought its own set of challenges and joys. She walked calmly through the chaos, her presence bringing a sense of peace and order. She looked at the smoking rangoli, assessing the damage with a keen eye. She looked at Rohan's miserable face, understanding his disappointment and worry. A small smile played on her lips, a sign that she had a plan. Beta, Dadi said, her voice calm and reassuring. She had a way of making everything seem all right. You wanted lights? You wanted drama? Well, you got both. She chuckled, her laughter infectious. Then she pulled something from her big handbag, a bag that seemed to have everything. A string of small fairy lights twinkling like stars, and a few safety pins. Dadi was always prepared, for any emergency, especially Rohan-made emergencies. She was a pro at handling them. With quick, expert hands, Dadi went to work, her movements swift and sure. She carefully disconnected Rohan's dangerous wires, ensuring safety first. She gently removed the burnt sparklers, clearing the mess with ease. She draped her fairy lights over the damaged peacock, artfully, transforming the mess into a masterpiece. She used the leftover glitter, strategically, adding a touch of sparkle to the scene. She even placed a few rescued ladus around the edge. People started clapping. Rohan finally smiled, his face lighting up with joy.